Lazu said, governing the world by means of the way is not a matter of changing human nature. It is based on what people have, bringing that to light and developing it. Therefore, relying on a basis leads to greatness, artificiality leads to smallness. In ancient times, those who made channels for water relied on the current of the rivers. Those who produced crops adapted to the conditions of the soil. Those who went on expeditions followed the desires of the populace. Those who can adapt accordingly have no enemies in all the world. Things must be natural before human affairs will be orderly. That is why the regulations and laws of ancient kings were based on the nature of the people, acting to moderate and grace it. Without that nature, no one can be forced to follow any teaching. If you have the nature but not the character, you cannot be made to follow a way. Human nature includes the qualities of kindness and duty, but unless they are guided by sages, they cannot be rightly directed. By prohibiting disruptive conduct based on what people dislike, criminal codes do not have to be threatening in order to be effective. Accord with their nature, and everyone in the world will obey. If they go against people's nature, laws and regulations may be posted, but they will not be observed. The virtue of the way is the root of merit and honor kept in the hearts of the people. When people keep it in their hearts, merit and honor are established. Good leaders in ancient times took their example from the rivers and oceans. Rivers and oceans do nothing to become so huge. It is by hollowness and lowliness that they become so vast. That is why they can last. Being valleys of the world, their qualities are full. Because they do nothing, they can take in 100 rivers. They are able to gain because they do not seek, and they are able to arrive because they do not go. This is the way to take the world without trying. You are rich because you do not elevate yourself. You are enlightened because you do not see yourself. And you last long because you are not proud of yourself. Dwelling in the realm of non-possessiveness, you can therefore be king of the world because you do not contend. No one can contend with you because you never act as if you were great. Therefore you can become great. Rivers and oceans are near to the way, so they can last long, joining sky and earth in mutual preservation. If kings and lords practice the way, their work is successful, but they are not proprietary. Because they are not proprietary, they are strong and firm. Strong and firm without being violent toward others. When you are deeply into the way, your virtue is deep. And when your virtue is deep, then success and honor are eventually achieved. This is called mysterious virtue. It is deep, far-reaching, opposite of ordinary people. The world has a beginning, but no one knows its design. Only sages know how it happens. It is not masculine or feminine. It is born, but does not die. It is produced by heaven and earth, formed by yin and yang, and given birth by myriad beings. Therefore, yin and yang have roundness and squareness, shortness and longness, survival and destruction. The way gives them direction. Sunken in mystery with no concern, your state of mind is very subtle, and your relation to the way is very accurate. Death and life are part of the same design. The evolution of myriad beings combines into the way. Simplify life and forget death, and where will you not live long? Detach from things and words, and be careful not to contrive. Keep to the way with comprehensive close attention, and do not be domineering over anyone. The highest subtlety is formless. At the beginning of heaven and earth, all things were the same in the way, but they came to differ in form. Because the highest subtlety has no object, it can be universally caring. Because it is so immense, there is nothing outside it. Therefore, it is a cover for all beings. Because it is so fine that there is nothing inside it, therefore it is precious for all beings. The way is the means to preserve life. Virtue is the means to safeguard the body. The measure of the supreme way is to get rid of likes and dislikes and not possess knowledge. Thus, by easing the intellect and harmonizing the mind, there remains nothing to counteract the way. Heaven and earth concentrate into one, divide into two. When they are rejoined, above and below are not lost, yet they combine into one. Then they divide into five, and when recombined must fit compass and ruler. The way is so familiar it cannot be estranged, so close it cannot be put at a distance. Those who seek it afar go and then come back.